Okay, we're going to overview this handout. It's the second page in the green section of your packet. It's called Diminished Island. You won't find this in another textbook anywhere. I just made this up a lot of years ago. It's changing abstract information into something non-abstract, which is a learning strategy to help you keep track of how to change one chord into another. So from the previous video and from your work, you found out that A triads, E triads, and D triads have 3 half steps between the root and third, 4 half steps between the third and the fifth, which make them minor. So on this map, this is a sideway map, this is the ground, there's some water, there's an island out here, and this is the landscape going up. In minor land live the A chords, the E chords, and the D chords. That is, if they don't have any alterations to them, if they're just the white notes on the piano, ACE, EGB, and DFA are minor triads. We also learned that the C chord, the F chord, and the G chord were the opposite. They were 4 half steps from root to third and 3 half steps from third to fifth. And so that is a major triad. So F, C, and G chords are triads, live here in Majorsville. And B was 3 plus 3 BDF. It's out here on Diminished Island on its own. So we have them where they live. These chords are major, these chords are minor. This chord B on its own is diminished and lives on its own. Okay, if you want to move one of these triads from where it lives to somewhere else, it has to cross a border. And at that place, you either have to raise the note, that means add a sharp, if you're going in this direction, or lower a note, that means add a flat, if you're going in this direction. For example, I'm going to mess my paper up. You don't have to, although if you want to take notes, that's fine. Let's say I was asked for, a D major triad. The first thing I'd do is I'd say, well, D chords live here in minor land, and that's D, F, and A. D is the root, F is the third, A is the fifth. And if I want it to not be minor, but I want it to be major, then I'm going to move from this section over to here to Majorsville. And I do that by raising, because I'm going up the hill, that means adding a sharp, the third of the chord. So that means I go root third, there it is right there, and I add a sharp, D, F sharp, A. Now this, with the altered middle note, is a D major chord. Let's try another one. Let's say I'm an F chord, and I'd like to be F minor. So first thing I do is I spell the notes of my F chord, F, A, C. And I remember that the first note is the root, the next note is the third, and the last note is the fifth. And I say, look, my F chord currently lives in Majorsville. That means when I go F, A, C, this is currently F major. But what I want is F minor. Let's just pretend that's what we want for our music. Or we need to spell it for whatever reason. So in order to get from Majorsville right here to Minorland right there, in order to change this from a major triad into a minor triad, we're going to have to alter one of the notes. We have to lower a note. That means flatting the note. So, and we are crossing this border which alters the third. So we find the third of the chord right there, and we lower the note F, A flat, C. And now this is no longer F major, it's F minor. Okay? Let's try 2 more and then we'll end the video here, and you can continue this in a training video that will get you ready for more complex spelling. Let's say I wanted to have, a B minor chord. Okay? Well, the first thing I do is I say, B triads have BDF. But it's not minor. BDF is diminished because it's 3 plus 3. So currently this is diminished. Okay? But what we want is minor, so we want to take this and move over to here to Minorland. Means we're going to be raising a note or sharping a note. Okay? Or notes, depends on how many borders we cross. And in this case, it's the fifth. Now remember, the first note is the root, the second note is the third, and the third note is the fifth. So I'm going to make this BDF, which is diminished, into B minor. To move it over to here, I'm going to raise the fifth of the chord, which means adding a sharp to that right there, F sharp. Okay. Last example, and I just want you to think about this. If you have to go through more than one border, you can't skip or teleport or jump there. You have to do all of the above. Let's say, for whatever reason, we had a C chord, C, E, G, and it wanted to become C diminished, okay? C diminished. Well, currently C, E, G is a major triad. It's 4 plus 3. So in order to make it diminished, we're going to have to move it from here to there and then to there as well. We're going to have to do two things because Majorsville butts up against Minorland, and then you go to Diminished Island after that. So this is the root. Move that up so you can see. This is the third, and this is the fifth of the chord. So to get from here down to there, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cross into Minorland by lowering, that means adding a flat, to the third of the chord. The middle note is the third, so C, E flat, G. Now, this is minor, right? But I have to keep going, so I'm going to cross another border, means I'm going to lower another note, and it's the fifth. That's this note right here. So a C major chord is C, E, G. That's where it lives normally. If I lowered the third, C, E flat, G, it would be minor. And if I lowered the fifth after that, all together, then it goes C, E flat, G flat, and I now am a C diminished chord. And that's how you do it.